everyone, welcome to Craft Addict K. I'm Carla. Sam's not with us today. It is a video about scroll rods. Thanks to a couple of our viewers. Sandy, I think, was most recently had asked me about my scroll rods. So we are going to talk about scroll rods first. Then I'm going to tell you all about my October wrap up. And I'm going to share my whips and all of my finishes with you. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that you joined me. And I want to say happy Veterans Day. Today is Thursday when I'm filming, November 10th. Tomorrow is November 11th, which is Veterans Day. I come from a family of veterans, myself included, and I just want to say thank you to our veterans out there. And if it wasn't for you doing what you do, I wouldn't be here doing what I do. So appreciate that. Appreciate all of you other stitchers are out there that are veterans as well. And wow, I'm so excited. It is November 10th. It's Thursday. Just got home from work shortly, a little bit ago. Things have been crazy. I am so behind with October wrap up because there's been a lot of things going on. So in November, I did the Knockatober with Lisa Lane and the Whip War. It's the No New Starts for the 2022 group, but it is turned into Whip Warriors for 2023. We are open to new members. That is the new main challenge group for the group I've talked about. And our travel group opened today. So the Whip Warriors 2023 travel group is currently open. However, this is on Facebook. In order to be in the Whip Warriors 2023, you have to be in the travel group. You need to be in the main group. So if you're interested, search on Facebook, Whip Warriors, and our group should come up. There is 4 questions. You answer those questions. Our membership person will review your answers and will direct you from there, allow you into the group. At that point, you can look up Whip Warriors 2023 road trip, and you will be able to apply for membership to our road trip as well. We are continuing across the United States. We have been visiting local needlework shops along the way. We have been camping. We have been sightseeing. We have been doing a lot of things. I've talked about it over the past year. Different pop-ups. We just got done doing a book detour in October. Early November, we did a book detour. Some of our travelers traveled to the bookstore and purchased in Stitches a book for a friend and for themselves so they could read it on Virginia Beach, because that is our final check-in for our final leg of the year. And so we are starting to onboard new travelers who want to continue with us as we do the upper part of the United States. And we will continue outside of the United States once we finish and go to another country. So we will be having lots of fun. As long as we have members that want to play, we're happy to play. It is a year-long event with lots of pop-ups and challenges along the way. And it is to help encourage your stitching bug and your whips to get finished. So enough of that. I talked enough about that, but I get really excited about my travel group because we have a lot of fun, and that's what it's all about. In other news, I want to share with you Grace Notes Fabrics. I have their shirt on today. They are in a collaboration with Paddock Lane Designs. Lisa Lane, Paddock Lane Designs, lives in Australia. She is doing a kind of a twist, but it is a stitch-along, kind of a stitch-along mystery, not a mystery a little bit, but let me see how I can explain it best. So Paddock Lane Designs has created, similar if you've seen the Temperature Butterfly or other things that we've tracked, Temperature Bookshelf, you've seen those things. She stitches her stitch count. So she has, instead of different colors for different temperatures through the day, she actually has different colors assigned to her stitch count, and so that's how she's been stitching. So her muse for this has been those big, beautiful craft cabinets that you've seen with all the things. So she has designed the craft cabinet. She has built a PDF. It is PDF, and you can, in each month, she's giving the framework. It's supposed to be released in December, so you have time. Pre-orders are going on now. I will try to remember. I will put the link down below in the little drop-down box thing to look for. She will be doing the framework initially, and then each month she's going to release a new section to go, or things that will go on the shelves, or into the crannies of the cabinetry that you can stitch. And then and you can use it to track temperature if that's what you want to track. You can track your mood, you can track your stitch count, which I think I'm going to do. I've always wanted to do something like this, and this seems right up my alley. Why not stitch my craft room? But she is in collaboration with Grace Notes Fabrics for us here in the United States. So I'm going to try and explain this. So you get your pattern as a PDF pattern from Paddock Lane Designs. If you want to use the called for fabric, and she is offering 3 of the cottage thread pack. I'm not sure the name of the company, but it's cottage thread pack. I believe there's 3 colors that can be used in your framework if you're interested. You don't have to get the called for colors, or I'm sorry, these 3 colors. You don't have to get the called for fabric, but it is a nice way to support our local fabric dyers, as well as if you want to try some new threads. These are coming from Australia, so that's why we're doing, or she has to do a pre-order, so that all the flosses will come to, for us in the United States, will get sent to Grace Notes Fabrics, and she will divvy them out with her fabrics, and will be sent at the same time as the fabrics if you order from her for the called for fabric. So I will also try to link her down below as well. If you have any questions or any problems with either one, all you need to do is look up Paddock Lane Designs, and I'll put it down here, and look up Grace Notes Fabrics, and look up Grace Notes Fabrics on Facebook. They both have Facebook groups. They both have links in their Facebook groups to get you to where you need to be. So it sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun. I do know with Paddock Lane Designs, once you purchase her PDF, she does have a special group that is for those people that are going to be stitching. So I think that's a great way to keep the community and to motivate each other to continue through this out. And she's also going to be doing like a catch-up day at the end of the month for anybody that maybe fell behind, that they can sit and stitch with other people and get caught up. So I think that's a wonderful idea. The other thing I wanted to tell you, see, it's full of news. Grace Notes Fabrics is having a retreat. Last I checked, there were still open slots. The retreat is over on the eastern side of Pennsylvania. Again, look up Grace Notes Fabrics on Facebook, join their Facebook group. That's where you're going to find out what's going on, what's the latest, what's the newest, things that are coming out. Sometimes she has fabrics up there for sale, so we all could never have enough fabric, right? So her retreat is in the early dates of August. I think it's the 10th through the 14th, but don't quote me. In August of 2023, it's their first ever retreat. I am super excited about it. She's got a lot of community development. I'm one of her helpers, so I'm really excited. I'm happy to drive over to help her out. And we also have, I know that Farmhouse Flossies and such will be there. I think there's going to be some project bag makers that are also going to be there. There's going to be all kinds of fun things happening. So if you're interested, check that out. Again, they have their own group as well. Once you have paid in or confirmed your spot at the retreat, you're put into a Facebook group that is for the Grace Notes Fabrics retreat. So you can room share or travel, you know, maybe carpool, or, you know, see where people are coming from. Okay. Boy, it's a lot. I talked really fast. I hope you guys don't have your speeds dialed way up, because it's already like 9 minutes in and I haven't even started talking about the scroll rods, because I have one more thing. This month I did, and this month I'm talking about November, I had our very first annual Butler Sit and Stitch, and it was a lot of fun. I was able to use our conference room at work. We took up a donation for our hospice services, which was fantastic. We had a great time. There was nine of us that were able to come, which was great. We probably could have put 20 to 30 in the room and still been lots of space and comfort. So we are going to do another one. So if you watch my channel and you're in the Butler, Pennsylvania area and you're interested, We are tentatively currently scheduled for January 7th. It's a Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Just let me know and we'll get you on the list to come. So I think that's all the news. Everybody wants to know what the news is. I just told you the news. So latest and greatest, let's talk about scroll rods, because that's why you guys have asked me questions I want to share with you. And I will try and put links down below when I can. I can't always. So, the first one I want to show you, and I thought about doing this in like an order of price, but really there is no way to do this. So, I'm just going to tell you about it. The first one I'm going to show you is called American Dream Scroll Rods. I purchased mine on Amazon. I got a set of different sizes. I have also tried to make my own. I was not very successful at it. But I know people that have done it with really big round dowel rods. So the American Dream, and I'm going to try and show you. This is a kind of a big one. This is the American Dream scroll rods. They come in different lengths. This one obviously is a little on the big side. But I wanted to show you, it comes, and what I'm doing here is I'm just unscrewing the little clampy at the end. And so you can see it comes like a little screw is in the wood. This is where I ran into problems trying to make this on my own because I couldn't make this section, but I gave it a valiant effort. And these little knobs you can get that are specific for American Dream products. You can find them. It has a little, I'm going to try and see if I can show you, kind of a little nut in there on the inside. You can see a little shiny star there. You screw those onto the end. Okay. But this is what makes this scroll rod kind of nice, because this scroll rod has felt, not felt, it's a Velcro. But this is the soft Velcro side. And what you can do is you can purchase packs, and I'll show you here's a pack, easy stitch tape. They have for fabric and they have for the scroll rods. So mine, for fabric, it comes, and it looks like, I thought I had a piece. So it comes in a roll like this, okay? And this is the piece, and I got a little piece of it right here so I can show you. This is the hard part of Velcro, okay? Even the back of it says Velcro. But if you pull this clear plastic off, it's got sticky tape, so it's sticky, okay? Why is that important? That's how you stick it onto your fabric, okay? And there's a lot. I mean, I've used a roll, probably, this is the end of my roll, and I probably have, I couldn't even tell you how many projects I've done with it, because I just keep wrapping it up, and when I go to pull the next one, I just pull what's left of the open one, and I have a couple of these rolls I always keep kind of on stock, because this part runs out fast. Again, I purchased this on Amazon. So if you look up American Dream products, and this is an easy stitch tape on Amazon, it is there. Okay. So how does it work? Well, I did something. I pulled out my Grace Notes fabrics, so you can see. And what I did was I went ahead and I put the tape on. And it is just double-sided tape. It comes off fairly easy, but once it's on, it's going to stay on. And all you do, and I can't do this on camera because my camera doesn't go down, but you can get the idea. All you're doing is you lay it on top of the soft part, okay? And look, once you lay it on the soft part, now there's my fabric, okay? I can stitch, and what I would do is roll this up, okay, onto my scroll rods. And I like scroll rods because it keeps my projects from getting wrinkled. You can see there's my pin, that's my middle, because this project in particular, I wanted to start in the middle. On the bottom end, I have another tape, and I will hold this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try actually to line the fabric up so that your fabric is going straight down the sides, okay? You don't want to skew your fabric. So sometimes when you get it close to the other end, if you lay it on the table and you have your bars equally spaced, then you just lay your bottom part of your fabric so that it matches the top part. How can I show you? So if you lay these down like this, you can see, whoop, I put the bottom so that it's matching fairly closely to the top, okay? That's what I mean when I say that. So then I can roll up this side, okay? But Carla, what happens with your end piece? Where is that? And I'm going to show you that on the next one. So you can roll these up. You can put them into your, what do you call it? Your little sock bag, your pillowcase, whatever, however you store them. And then that's all the room it's taking. Scroll rods take less room, but they can be long and cumbersome. So I go scroll rods to a certain size. I use Q-snaps. So I will do that too. This is another American Dream, but this is an older one that I kind of converted. So this is your end piece. This is interchangeable. These come off. I probably should have, whoop. These come off. You can see there's a little hole there. Now, I will tell you, I was successful in making the end pieces for myself. Well, actually my husband, because he just took a piece of wood, because I said this size works for me. This is my stitch space. So he took a piece of wood, drilled me the hole so that I could put it on the end. So I have more end pieces because of that, but I didn't have the scroll pieces. So you can see. So if I take the scroll out. Now what this one has, I'm dropping. Okay, so what this one has is it comes with a bias tape. So you can see the tape. What people tend to do is they will stitch their fabric to it. They'll do like like a sewing stitch across. Kind of think of it if you're a quilter, you're base stitching. That's the stitch. I don't like doing that because I don't keep my fabric even. So all I did was put a piece of fuzzy on it and glued it down, and now that'll stay there so that I can just put my fabric with the grabby teeth part on top, and it'll attach to that, and I can wrap it up and I can do what I want to with it. This one is a 6-inch, and I took and wrote on there 6-inch, so I knew what size it was, because the thing with the American Dream is there's no number on it to tell you what it is, and once you take it out of the package, if that's something important that you want to know to make it easy for you when you're kitting up your projects or getting ready, that's a good thing to do. Okay, so that is American Dream, and they do come in different sizes. They come in different ways. They come with the tape like that, and they come with the sorry, forgive me while I make noise, and they come with the fuzzy Velcro. So here's a smaller set. How I store mine is I keep the ends with the project because I don't want this poking through and bending. So I usually keep the end knobs on my scroll rods, and then I store them away. And case in point, this must be a fairly new one because I don't have any measurements written on it, so I couldn't tell you how big that is. Okay, and I'm going to try and move these out of the way as we go through them. So that is the American Dream. Move that out of the way. They're lightweight, they're not heavy. The other one I want to tell you about is Roll-A-Frame. So Roll-A-Frames is a one-man shop. Their product is quality, and it's not going to break the bank typically. I just recently got 5-inch roller frame, and they have a place that you can write. Actually, it comes with the number on it. They also, on the other end, have red and black. Your red matches your red, your black matches your black. They do not intermix. The reason why they don't intermix is because, and I have my red one here, this is when I talked about before about having nails like in it. So this is a completely split rod system, and it has, you can see the little nails, okay? They come up, and then this side has the hole where the nails go. So your fabric goes down on the nails across, this it evenly spaced, and then you put this down over the top, and that's what holds your fabric, okay? They do have end bars. Bear with me. I was trying to put this together so I'd be very efficient. They do have end bars, and this I'll show you. They have 2 holes on the ends. They secure with wing nuts, and this clamps down on your bars to keep your bars from coming open, and it secures your fabric in there. So when we do my when I show you my finishes on this, I will try and show you a little bit more on that. But I wanted to, because there was a lot of questions about what did I mean about these little nail pins. That's what I mean. They are sharp. They are very sharp. So you can see the nails, they come through and they line up perfectly, because you don't want to mix your red with your black. That's the important part when you work with roller frames. Like I said, he's a one-man show. I can tell you that you can order roller frames from Grace Notes Fabrics as a shop, and Garon Stitchery is also carries roller frames. So you can order them. It does sometimes take time for a shipment to come in. So, you know, just look, there's other shops out there. I know that Roller Frame, the gentleman, does not sell to individuals. They go to his shop. So, and they're inexpensive. And the thing I like about the scroll rods like this is you don't have to clamp your fabric on the side. It stretches your fabric for you. It takes very little fabric to go across the top where the nails are to secure it. So when you're working on an ornament or something that's got small amount of fabric, you have the ability to do that. So they also come in different sizes. You've seen me with these before. This one's a 28, and it says, whoop, there we go. And it says 28. Again, there's your red and your black that they match up. They have rubber bands on the ends, and that's just for while they're in storage. Let me get this end off. And even if can't get this all in frame, but you can see the nails right there. And they are sharp. That's why I also say when I put something on my scroll rods, these ones, I don't typically take it off until my project's done. So this is good for a monogamous stitcher or somebody who doesn't switch projects a lot, or maybe you have that special project that sits in the corner that you work on, or that one go-to project that you're going to just leave on there. Because I think, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, I feel, and I'm no subject matter expert by any means, I think taking it on and off those nails, you're going to pierce your fabric, and you're going to break threads. Eventually it will wear out, and you will have kind of a mess, I think. I haven't gotten to that point, and I just may be overzealous in thinking that it would do that. I don't know. So that is roller frames. Then another favorite of mine is the Omanik frame. And I did not bring in the sidebars for my Omanik frame. So if you need to see those, I'll show you those at another time. I think I've had them in enough of my videos. But you will see Omanik factory frame. This is Omanik. And this is a slot system, because I don't have any other way to describe it. Basically, there's a rod here, and there's a groove. You can see the groove here. See the groove? So it comes, there you go. It has this big slot. You lay your fabric across the bar, and what I've seen people do is a credit card or something like that, and then they feed this rod through, and then essentially this rod, it lifts up and it will secure your fabric. So the one thing I don't like about these, on the sidebars, there's a screw that it winds and it opens up and keeps your tension. What I don't like about this in particular is the rod. It takes a lot of extra fabric. Like, you're going to put fabric down in and fabric up just to secure your fabric. And I'm going to show you one that I had loaded on the scroll rods recently. I was getting ready. I thought I was going to start this Jack and Sally piece, and unfortunately I didn't get it started when I thought I was going to get it started, but it's still on my scroll rod. So I have it in my pouch, and when I open it up, all of my stuff slid down. I can tell that already. So I can slide it. Okay, so this piece of fabric, by the way, Grace Notes Fabrics, you can see down here at the bottom, you can see I have it, how I have that fabric. Let me see. The scroll rod is right there. You can see the fabric goes underneath it, and it is secured. Look, no hands on the bottom. It's just dangling. So it is secured. Same thing with the top. And it's actually the rolls that keep it. Now, once I start tightening this up with the sidebars, that may pull. And that's what I didn't like, is it was pulling this out and I was getting very frustrated. So some of my projects, especially my full coverage, I start up in the upper corner. And so what I was doing was actually sewing a pouch onto the end of my fabric, and I would put the dowel rod through that pouch, and that's what I secured my fabric with. I have not had any problems personally. I have heard people say that the pouch that they put on, they've tightened it up so much that it actually started tearing along their seam line on their fabric. I've not had that problem, and I put my stuff pretty tight. So that is an Omanik frame. And I apologize, I did not bring an end, but it's at this point I am too far in to go get it without messing up something. So that gives you 3 versions: Omanik, roller frame. There's Q-snaps. There's people stitch in hand. I am not an in-hand stitcher. There is opportunities for you can use hoops. I have seen, and I have used hoops. I like the newer hoops that have a really thin edge. I have one of those that I use for my smaller projects. Whoop. Well, I guess that just needs to go down on the floor. Okay, so Sandy, I hope that helped you with your questions about the scroll frames, and it gave you a little glimpse. I did want to show you this, and I didn't. Hopefully I'm not sure. The other thing about these that are the Omanik frame is these tend to slide out pretty easily when there's nothing in it. So what I started doing was, at least on the one that was at the bottom, is I take a little kid sock and I slide over the ends. Now I can slide over the set, which I have done in the past. And when I say slide it over the end, just like that. That way it's protected, it's not falling out. I've heard of people getting the tips broken on their dowel rods. So there is that. So that's a little tip for you. Okay. All right. Woo. Okay. So are you ready to talk about October? I hope that helped. I hope that helped somebody. Let's talk October wrap up though, because if I don't, we're going to be here for a while. worked on 9 projects. I had 7 finishes. I did 7 finishes. That just boggles my mind. I had a total of 18,148 stitches. Not my best month, but it is my second best month. And I really, when I was organizing my whips, I started setting aside in September ones that I thought I could finish this year. And those have been the ones I've been focusing on because I don't want to carry them into next year. So I have a total for the year so far of 16 finishes. I didn't want to stop at 16, so I'm pushing to get 20 finishes for the year. I started with 80 whips, so I have to get 4 more finishes. I have one that I will probably finish, if not today, tomorrow. I have another one that is a close finish, and I have probably 2 more that I should have already finished and didn't finish. So that's my goal, is to get those done while doing all the other stuff for the groups that I'm an admin in. So lots of stuff happening. So let's talk about our whips. I'm going to start off with my first couple of finishes. This is wrapped up in my Garon Project Wrap. I don't know what else to call it other than my Garon Project Wrap from Garon Toten Bags. And this is, so I had Madame Ice ornaments. There's 4 ornaments in her series. I have 3 of them now done. I already had the walrus done. And to be fair, there were snowflakes stitched, but I'm using snowflake buttons whenever I get done. So in the month of October, I was able to finish the reindeer. I believe it's called Friends, with the tree and the little cardinal. And then we have Santa Claus here. And I did change out Santa's jacket with Bloody Gorgeous from Farmhouse Flossies. I think it turned out really well. I really like it. And he's got a little cookie in his hand. I did switch up the colors here for the reindeer as well. And this is on probably a picture of this plus fabric. I'm assuming it's opalescent, so you can see a little bit of the glitter. And here you can see, this is my roller frame that we talked about. And it's in the end. And the roller frame comes with a little magnet right there too on their end bar. One of the bars will have a magnet, and their end bars will have a number. So this is a 13-inch wide, and you can see they have red and black. Not as pertinent if they match up or don't match up. You don't have to have red with red and black with black on the sidebar. So I could have intermixed this with any number of things. So there's my top 3 finishes. These 2 were done in October. This was a start and a finish in October. This was a finish in October. So my goal, I'm going to roll this and I'm going to do some more down below. I got a lot of this opalescent fabric. I was actually debating if I should go ahead and cut this off, finish these into the ornaments for this year, and then start again. But I'm afraid once I take it off, I might not put it back on. So that's where we're at with that one. And I'm going to wrap this back up very quickly. It will only take me a minute. I don't have my Samantha helper, so bear with me as I work through things. And I may intermingle some haul as well as I'm going through. So this is a project bag that I got from Stitch and Button. And this was a creative arts kit that I purchased off of Etsy. It came with the tin, and I wanted to try it out. I did have a hoop on this. You can tell, you can see my hoop marks. That's what I don't like about hoops. But look how small my fabric is that I needed to use, so I didn't mind. Just, you know, save me fabric. I probably could have stitched it twice before I was done. So this is reindeer. So this was designed to be on a tart. They give you the tart tin, everything to finish. But I purchased at Michael's. They had 3 for, I think they were on sale, 3 for $9. So basically $3 a piece. But I got one of these ornaments, and it has a 2022 emblem on it. You're going to see why. I got one of these ornaments as well. Oh my goodness. If I can get this to flip over. With the 2022. And another ornament because 3, and I did test it out. This is the right size. It will work to put that in, and it is a picture frame on the back. So if you can bear with me for a second, I'll try and give you an idea of my plan. Is to finish this inside. There you go. So it'll be a finish like that. And I think I can work around that. If I'm short on this, I might add another row of the blue, but that will be an ornament to hang on the tree. So I thought that was a quick and easy finish. And I can still use the tarts, and I can still make others and do that. But so I wanted to try it out. I wasn't sure if it was even the right size, but I figured if nothing else, I'll put somebody's picture in there. So I thought that was cool. That was a cool and an easy, quick finish that I can do with those little projects. So, and I had lots of floss left in the kit, by the way. So this was my floss that I had left. So I had plenty that I can go, and I could actually stitch that all again if I wanted to. And I always make working copies of my patterns. Do you make working copies? I do, because if I highlight or write on it, I want to be able to use it again, because this was a small enough and a quick enough stitch. I can certainly do that again and make another ornament. With that in mind, this was a gift I got at StitchCon from one of the attendees. And this is pretty cool. But I made a snowman, or not snowman, Santa Claus. Same thing is from the Creative Arts kit. I got it on 1-2-3 Stitch. And there is my Santa Claus. And it fits inside the little frames that I just showed you. So that's going to be a quick finish. I really thought this project bag was neat. It's small, and she doesn't make these, so, but it's got little snaps on each corner, and when you open it up, it's got the little felt and the needle grabber, so it's kind of cool. I thought so. I put my floss in here, and again, this all came in a kit. I got plenty of floss left. I can easily do another project, so it wasn't short on floss in any shape or form. So there is that. Okay, that's 2 finishes. Are you counting? Actually, that's 4 finishes. Maybe I should start counting. All right, what do we got next? This is my Garon bag. Do you remember my story keep? I talked about the story keep. This is by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. It is a story keep with Countess. It is a Heaven and Earth design. And I finished it. That's why my little 5-inch scroll was empty, because I had this on it. And here she is. So I thought this was going to be a ruler shape. I said, oh, I can use it as a bookmark. It actually feels longer than a ruler. But it is finished size, 2 inches wide, 12 inches high, but boy, does it feel a lot longer. So I will come up with something how I'm going to finish this. I'm not 100% sure how I will finish it, but look at her. I think it turned out really nice. He turned out really nice. Really neat to see this one develop. And this was one of my older whips. This is the one I started to see if I even like to do full coverage, and fell in love with it. So I will wash this. You see the Easy Grid fabric. I think I did this on 25 count Easy Grid, 1/1. And I do full crosses. I do not do half crosses. But if you wash this in, like, soak it in warm water, don't put it in your washing machine, but soak it in warm water, those grid lines are supposed to disappear. But I'm a process stitcher, so I'm not much of a finisher. If I get it finished, that's fantastic. But so there is 5 finishes, guys. 5 finishes for October. All right. Got another finish. This one is my work basket. This was a start and finish this year. I purchased this pattern at Keepsakes. for my daughter. As you know, I finished the mermaid, and now I finished the whale. So it's kind of wrinkled, but I think you'll get the gist. Where's my board? Okay, my thing timed out, so I know I'm 40 minutes in. Whew, good thing. Here is my whale. This is Work Baskets, and it's Maritime Whale. I did complete this with Farmhouse Flossies, and I want to tell you, because I always mix her name up, the name up, Deep Waters. So this is Farmhouse Flossies Deep Waters. Lots left, as you can tell. And it is on 32 count. Picture this plus, called Summer Sky. So it is wrinkled, but it won't be when it's fully finished. So there you have it. Look at the variegation. I just loved this. Was fun. It was fun to stitch. It's got great variegation in that Farmhouse Flossies. If you're not familiar with her, her name's Cindy. She has a Facebook group called Farmhouse Flossies and such. She's constantly trying to gain people, you know, activities and talking and doing things on her channel. So I will tuck that away. That's six finishes. I feel like the Count Dracula, like the count of 1, 2. I hear Jamie laughing right now. I hear you laughing, Jamie. I thought I had another finish. Oh, you know what? Here's the Creative Needle Art kits, by the way. I had them in here. And they do come with like a little tin and a little finishing thing. I did, but I actually showed that to you at the end of last month because I finished it. It was the September teacup. So that was number 7 because I finished that right when I was doing the last video. I went ahead and showed it. So let's talk haul. Those are all my finishes. Everything I stitched, I finished. Now I did stitch on one that's not quite finished, and I'm going to show you that. I did 3,000 stitches on it, over 3,000 stitches on it in October to try and get it finished. Didn't meet that goal, and it's sitting out on my library stand. I forgot to bring it in. So you're going to see that in November because it's going to be fully finished. In the meantime, let's talk Farmhouse Flossies, shall we? So this is... She came to our Butler Sit and Stitch and brought her flossies with her, and I purchased some while I was there. So this is her Blueberry Buckle. Blueberry Buckle, how pretty is that? This one's Tropical Waters. Look at that. She gets some great variegation, and I'm just going to kind of quickly go through these. Black Cat. This is Gecko. Pumpkin Pie. I believe she said this was a coral. I don't remember what she told me this one she called a teal of some sort, but I can't remember what it was. I didn't write it down. This is one of her new dyes. It's Sooty Santa. Really like that. Nice deep red. We have a straight regular pumpkin. And I am actually debating on using this for a the moon that's in Tiny Modernist Haunted Mansion. To use this for the moon. So this is pumpkin. Another skein of Gecko. Boughs of Holly. Tall Pines. Winter Mint. And Deep Pines. So some great colors. And I believe I have some other colors in here that I got last month. I'll share with you. This is her Cashmere. It's a nice pretty gray. Harvest Time. She's got really good fall colors. Candy Corn. I think this is Candy Corn. Yeah, I got 2 skeins of the Candy Corn. This is Hydrangea. muscadine, I think. Dirty Little Pumpkin, Fall Foliage, Tomato Soup, Candy Striper, Old Santa's Beard, nice gray, and Pumpkin Pie. Okay, so those are my Farmhouse Flossies recent acquisitions. I don't mind. I don't have a problem. I like stitching with hers if I can put it in there because there is nice variegation. I don't like spending all that money on floss, and I get it, and there's no variegation to it. Why don't I just use DMC then? That's my head goes. All right. I have more haul. I'm an awful person, I know. But I got from Barefoot Needle Arts. I was enabled by a fellow Flosstuber. Her name escapes me right now. Her channel name. I wish I had my phone. I would look it up for you. I will try and put it down here because I completely am blanking on her name. I can picture her. She told us all about her retreat. She has a cat, and I know her name's Beth, and I cannot remember her channel name. So I'm sorry, Beth. I can't remember your channel name. Maybe it'll come to me. But she was doing I love Teresa Kogut, and Teresa Kogut had a book there, and it is Hello Halloween, and they're her designs, and I would love to show them to you, but I don't want to show you the patterns. I'm just going to say, listen, if you don't find something in here for Halloween that you want to stitch, then something's wrong somewhere down the line, because I'm telling you, I wish I could show you, but every page has like the pattern, the colors pattern is in color in here. It is very nice quality paper. So Hello Halloween by Teresa Kogut, and I'll put her link down below for Beth's channel that she does a flip through of this. I also from Barefoot Needle Arts got the 2022 Christmas Ornament Special from Just Cross Stitch. I don't typically subscribe to this magazine. I don't stitch a lot out of the magazines because I'm not much of a back stitcher. But every now and then there is some really cute patterns that I can relate to that don't have a lot of back stitch. Like the woodpecker and the birds up here. Like I can do those. There's no cross stitch. Look at the cat. There's not a lot of back stitch. I shy away from the back stitch. It's not that I can't back stitch. I absolutely can. But I don't like to. So I got the 2022, and then I got the Just Cross Stitch Halloween edition as well. The 2022 Special Collector's Edition. It's got a lot of Halloween stuff in here. Without showing you patterns. I just, look. There's a witch. Boo, look at that. I mean, no, I'm not a big Halloween stitcher, don't get me wrong. But every now and then, they have something that's cute in these magazines that I wouldn't mind stitching. So, I don't mind getting these ones because they have, like, look, 55 different projects I can stitch. So, to me, it's worth the money for it, at least during those special months. Because I know, Christmas ornaments, really? Do they ever go out of style? So, okay, so that's what I got from there. Then Grace Notes, because it's Grace Notes, and I get my fabric of the month, and I got some additional fabrics this time and stuff this time. So I'm going to show you. I had to empty out my bag first. So let's show you the fabrics because, I got... This is Minuet. Is this the fabric of the month? Yeah, 28 count. I got a fat quarter. And it is like a green. kind of washing it out a little bit, but my light's washing it out a little bit. And it is, there you go. It is a nice green. That's pretty true right there. That's pretty true to color. Think of it like a minty green. Then I have Michael. I'm sorry, it is Michelle. I got Michelle double dyed for something I was going to do. It's a back quarter. Do you think I remember why I wanted this? Nope. Don't remember what I was using it for. It's a 32 count. I have no idea. But I got it done. Oh, I do know. This is for my Into the Woods. That's what this one's for. Because I'm going to do the Into the Woods. And that's what I think I ordered that for. Corinne, tell me. Is that what I ordered that for? I don't want to mark it until I know for sure. Did I order Michelle double dyed so that I could do Into the Woods? I'm thinking that the fox goes onto this darker color. And I saw yours at retreat and I asked you to double dye it. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. I could be wrong. I also ordered an Ada Symphony. And I was going to use this one for a salve that I'm going to be doing. And this has like a purple hue to it. You can kind of see. I'm going to be doing the Tiny Modernist. I'm doing a round robin with 9 of my other friends. And we're going to be mailing this around to each other. So we did it in an Ada, so everybody's very comfortable. This is an 18 count Ada. And I did purchase the PDF, but on top of purchasing the PDF, I also purchased, or asked Corinne if she would please get me the patterns. So this is the Tiny Modernist, the Haunted Mansion, as you can see. Everything you see here, I will be stitching before February, mostly the framework of the house and the top, and that's the moon I was talking about earlier. And I'm hoping that I may be able to get somebody else that would want to join me, because here's the different rooms that I have, all the different, whoops, not that. Here's the different rooms. She's going to get me the other ones. I have 5, 3, and 7. Once I have all the rooms, I plan on putting this all together into a giveaway, either on this channel or as part of our road trip giveaway. I haven't decided yet. So if you think you would be interested in doing this with the fabric, I would be happy to do a drawing here on this channel, but tell me that I don't want to do it if you're not going to stitch it. I don't want to give it away to somebody who's going to turn around and give it and not stitch it while I'm stitching the other ones. I want you to be part of the 9 of us. Even though we can't round robin it, you could still stitch along in spirit with us. So if you are interested, in the comments below, just go ahead and put I'm a modernist. We'll just, or no, let's make it easier than that. Put mystery in your comment below. Then I know that you would be interested to do this. And if you would like it once I get all the pieces, or if you're good. I mean, I got the PDF now, so I will be using my PDF on my pattern keeper. But if you are interested and you'd like to, put mystery in the comment below. And I will do a drawing for this before the end of the year. And we will get it out to you. I guess I just made my decision. I guess it's going to be here. So, don't want to lose that. Okay. The other thing I got from Tiny Modernist is scissors with flowers. I don't know. It just called to me and I asked Corinne to go ahead and order it for me. So, I will be stitching that at some point. Of course, I got my brown bat. That goes with my Into the Woods series. I have been collecting those. My extra little something this month was the cross stitch key. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but you can lay this on your fabric and it will tell you if what count your fabric is. It's a pretty cool tool to have. It's called the cross stitch key. It's a reference guide. It can give you corner gauge. Like, there's all the information. It's a ruler. It's a corner guide. It's a reference guide. It tells you everything. So I actually I think that's pretty cool. Then I ordered something else. I don't know what, I order these things with good plans, but then I forget what my plan is when it comes. All right, so this is a fabric of the month, the neutral fabric of the month. This one's called Mojito Smoothie, and I switched things up a little bit. I had been getting 25 count for my fabric of the month, and I switched it this current month for 28 count. So because my 28 count stash was kind of low. So here is, this is Mojito Smoothie. It's a really cool neutral. It's kind of got some greenish tinge a little bit. It's a nice big piece. And this is Jobelan. I usually get Lugana. I told her to try some Jobelan. It's not bad. I had some really soft Jobelan I wasn't a big fan of, but this isn't bad. So, I'll be anxious to find what I'm going to stitch on it. Because next year, I'm going to be starting some things. Y'all, I am starting some things. I'm getting excited. I'm pulling out things that I've had kitted for 2 years and putting them up on the higher echelon to get started. Some of the smaller projects. I'm really trying to stay away from the bigger ones right now until I can get some good progress on my current big full coverage whips. Because I have some big ones already. All right. What else do I have in here? Look at, I'm just like, what else do I have? I went to Michael's. And Michael's had a big sale. So I bought stuff. It was in their clearance. This, I think, was $2. Maybe it was $1. Why did I get that? Because this is just paper stuck to the front of it. But it's a wooden box. See? Wooden, open in the back. So I can put a finish on this and be able to display it. That was my idea. Like a magnet on here, you don't see this. And I can paint this if I wanted to, but it'll sit. And that's a quick, easy finish. If I want to do a shadow box kind of thing, I could put some little trinkets down here, put my whip here, you know, paint it. It's wood, right? I also got, these were in clearance. Look, not really my style, but I can put a magnet, I can paint over it, and look, I can put Santa in there. I can do anything in there for the holidays. Sits really easy, nice and flat. It's not huge, big, very lightweight, easily paintable. And I actually found 2 of them. Sorry for the crinkles. I found 2 of them in the clearance aisle. So, you know, hey, there's no shame in my game. I need to save my money for some stitching stuff. I got retreats coming up. So I will put this over here to the side. I'm going to do an FFO at some point and actually really do a true FFO weekend, hopefully, to get some stuff fully finished. I've got a stack of things that I've been hanging here. So that is my goal, to get those done and be able to share with you. So those are my tips and tricks. You don't have to break the bank to fully finish things. You just got to look at those clearance aisles and see something beyond what's there in front of you, and how can you repurpose it. And I think I've gotten through all of my whips. I've gotten through all of my stash. Oh, but I did not get through my Stitchy Kindness. Okay, so first of all, my dear friend made this, and I didn't ask if I could say her name, so I'm not going to say her name, but she knows who she is. I gave her the fabric, asked her if she would please make me this. This is Jack and Sally. It's a coffee cup. It ties here on the handle side, but it's got all these little pouches for my scissors and my markers and my laying tool and all of my stuff. It also has little pouches on the inside, and it's got an open space on the inside. So I have my needles in here, my fat highlighters in there, Sharpie. I got some little clips. I can see it, you can't. Little clips, binder, little, you know, these little buggers are clipped in here. You never know when you might need to clip something. And how cool is that? It sits in my stitchy spot. I love it, love it, love it. So she gave that to me at the Stitch It in the Berg. I actually gave it to my sister, who then delivered it to me because I couldn't go this time. I was away at camp. And I just think it's awesome. So that's one of my stitchy kindnesses. The other stitchy kindness happened when I was at our Butler Sit and Stitch group. And my sister got me a calendar for next year because she knows I like Jack and Sally, my happy planner, and a whole big thick Nightmare Before Christmas stickers for my planner. What she didn't know is my husband had already gotten me a planner for next year, and I'd already started writing in it. So I asked her, I said, I don't want to be rude. I appreciate the thought that she put to getting this for me, for putting it together, and for the Sit and Stitch. And it was wonderful that it'd be thought of like that. But I asked her if she had her calendar for next year, and she does not. And I said, so we are going to have a planning party on December 2nd when we have the big ball, because we bought tickets to go to the big ball that everybody's talking about. It's online. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Lindy Stitches. She's talking all about it. And we're going to get her book set up for next year. And I'm keeping the stickers, Sherry. You don't get the stickers because I can use those. So we will both have Nightmare Before Christmas calendar for next year. And we'll get organized and we'll be ready, and we're going to do all the things, and we're going to stitch, and it's going to be fun and Zoom and fun and just enjoy each other's company. So I'm excited about December 2nd. And I'm looking around. I think that's everything. Let me just double check because I found another. Oh, we had chocolate given at our Sit and Stitch. Somebody brought chocolate. I love chocolate. Milk chocolate's my favorite. My sister also got me these really cool ornaments. Jack and Sally, just such really cool ornaments. I don't know why I like them so much. I think it's the artwork. I really like Tim Burton's artwork. Some of his stories are really creepy, but I like the artwork. And then somebody, I think my sister did this too, but I'm not sure. She had put out, I'm just going to pull out one, little baggies, and she had made floss drops. And she brought some for everybody, and it's got a ring, and it's got a threader, and there's a needle minder there. And it's got like a little, you can put that, either leave it on here, you can put it as a zipper pull, whatever you want. It's got the date. But then on her floss drops, which I thought was a neat idea, is that she punched them out on white cardstock, but then she added Halloween stickers to kind of juju them up. My little magnet's getting caught. And they're all different, so none of them are the same, and they're just like little Halloween-y stickers, and I thought that was really cool. And if you do floss drops, you can notice that there's a bigger hole down here than a side hole. I use the side hole for my extra little piece that might be left that I can use again in the project, so it doesn't get buried with the big hank that I have hanging off of the bigger piece. But I thought this was kind of neat to do stickers for the holidays, to kind of give a little extra something special to say, hey, thank you for coming. We enjoyed having you, and here, this is something cool for you. So I did get some of the extra ones, so they may make it into somebody's prize for our road trip. It might make it just to my wall because I use floss drops, and I don't think you can have too many. So, but I thought that was a really cool thing that she did. All right, now I think that is everything. My bag is empty. We'll do one big ring for all the 7 finishes. There we go. 7 finishes for the month of October. Can't wait to see what we do in November. And I think that's everything. So if you stuck with me all this time, hopefully you saw what we will be using as a giveaway. I'm going to say we're going to do that in our December, I'll do it in the November wrap-up video, at the end of November wrap-up video, so I can get it out in the mail to whoever wants it with the code word mystery in your comments. Please don't comment mystery if you don't intend to stitch it along with the rest of us, because, you know, what's the fun in that? I hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. We will probably see you a little bit later in December as well. Kind of get behind here when we get around the holidays, but I will do my best to keep it as close to the end of November as possible. Make sure you comment on this video if you are interested. Do not say giveaway. Must be 18 or older so that I can legally get your address. If you say giveaway or anything that would reflect against that it's something that I'm giving away, I will delete your comment, and it's not because I don't like you. I appreciate everybody's comments. It is because I don't want trolls coming in, and I want to keep our environment safe and friendly. So I have talked a lot. It is a long time now. I will be working on getting this video saved on Veterans Day and getting it uploaded for your viewing pleasure. And in the meantime, don't forget, check out those websites I told you about, those Facebook groups. Join in, have fun, make some new friends. We're all out here in this stitching community, and we just love to have friends anyway. So, stitch what you want to stitch and start what you want to start. Or is it start what you want to start and stitch what you want to stitch? You tell me. Bye, everybody.